In this video, we'll explore the peculiar and atypical clinical findings that can arise from a deficiency of vitamin B12. But before delving into those, let's first understand what vitamin B12 is and how we can become deficient in it. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin, is an essential water-soluble vitamin that we acquire through our dietary consumption. Being essential means that our bodies rely on external sources like animal products to meet our vitamin B12 needs. These animal products include meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy. The deficiency of vitamin B12 can stem from two main factors. The first is poor dietary intake, which can occur when someone doesn't consume enough of these animal products. This is often observed in vegetarians and vegans. The second cause is compromised absorption, where the dietary intake may be sufficient, but the body fails to absorb it effectively. One classic example of this is pernicious anemia, an autoimmune condition that destroys the parietal cells in the stomach responsible for vitamin B12 absorption. The importance of vitamin B12 lies in its role in two crucial enzymes within our bodies. When there's an inadequate supply of vitamin B12, it can lead to problems with the functioning of the central nervous system and red blood cells. This deficiency can manifest in various unusual and atypical ways, which we'll explore further throughout this lesson. Now, let's explore the initial signs of a vitamin B12 deficiency, which primarily manifests as psychological effects. The deficiency of vitamin B12 can lead to various psychological and neurological issues. This is primarily due to the impact on a crucial enzyme we discussed earlier called methylmalonic mutase. This enzyme relies on vitamin B12 as a cofactor. However, when there isn't enough vitamin B12 available for its proper function, a harmful intermediary known as methylmalonic acid starts accumulating. This, in turn, damages our neurons, causing what is known as axonal neuropathy, a condition affecting the axons of neurons, specifically the dorsal column medial lemniscus system (DCMLS) in the central nervous system. As a result of these effects, individuals may experience various issues, including depression. However, it's important to note that this depression won't be classified as major depressive disorder since it occurs as a consequence of an underlying medical cause. Consequently, it is not considered as primary or independent major depressive disorder. Additionally, along with the low mood, irritability may also arise. These symptoms collectively highlight the importance of addressing and correcting vitamin B12 deficiencies to safeguard both our psychological and neurological well-being. Another common psychological symptom associated with a vitamin B12 deficiency is a decline in cognition. This includes issues with memory, understanding, and judgment. In older patients, these cognitive impairments might resemble symptoms of dementia. When an older patient suddenly experiences memory or comprehension problems, it becomes essential to investigate and rule out potential causes, and vitamin B12 deficiency is one of them. In some cases, impaired cognition can indeed be attributed to a lack of vitamin B12. The good news is that for these patients, replenishing vitamin B12 can lead to significant improvements in their cognitive function. Issues with memory, understanding, and judgment can all be effectively treated when they stem from a vitamin B12 deficiency. Notably, these psychological effects tend to appear earlier in the course of a vitamin B12 deficiency. However, if the deficiency persists and becomes more chronic, the cognitive symptoms can worsen over time. Hence, it's crucial to identify and address vitamin B12 deficiencies promptly to prevent further cognitive decline and ensure overall mental well-being. Let's address some other issues that can arise due to a vitamin B12 deficiency. One significant concern is the occurrence of neurological effects, which are primarily caused by increased methylmalonic acid levels. This leads to axonic neuropathy, and if left untreated, it becomes irreversible over time. The longer the deficiency persists, the more damage it can cause to the neurons. As a result of increased methylmalonic acid, Axonal neuropathy may also occur, affecting the axons of neurons. Some neurological symptoms commonly associated with a vitamin B12 deficiency include symmetric paresthesias, which manifest as numbness, tingling, and burning sensations, mostly in the lower limbs. Notably, these sensations are symmetric, meaning they appear on both sides of the body. For example, if you experience it on your right leg, you'll likely have it on your left leg as well. Another noticeable symptom is a shuffling gait, particularly in individuals who have had the deficiency for an extended period. This gait resembles Parkinson's disease, where the patient appears hunched over and slowly drags their feet along, not lifting them fully while walking. Reduced two-point discrimination is also a concerning issue related to vitamin B12 deficiency. Two-point discrimination refers to the ability to distinguish between two pinpricks placed close together. A person without the deficiency can easily differentiate the 2 points, but in the case of vitamin B12 deficiency, this ability starts to diminish. The distance between the 2 points becomes harder to distinguish, and at a certain point, the patient may perceive it as just 1 point being touched. Additionally, reduced proprioception is observed, leading to decreased balance and contributing to the Parkinsonian-like features mentioned earlier. Other issues that can arise due to vitamin B12 deficiency include reduced reflexes, either as hyporeflexia or a complete loss of reflexes. In children, long-term vitamin B12 deficiency can cause poor cognitive development, leading to developmental delays, impaired brain growth, lethargy, and failure to thrive. Therefore, it's crucial to address vitamin B12 deficiency promptly to avoid these serious neurological complications. Now, there are other manifestations of a deficiency in vitamin B12 that can be observed in the oral cavity. For instance, issues with the lips may arise due to this deficiency. One common problem associated with vitamin B12 deficiency is glossitis, which refers to the inflammation of the tongue. Surprisingly, up to 25% of cases of vitamin B12 deficiency may experience glossitis. The inflamed tongue papillae appear as reddened dots on the tongue. As time goes on, glossitis can progress to atrophic glossitis, where the papillae smooth out, making the tongue appear very smooth. Patients with atrophic glossitis often complain of a burning sensation and itching pruritus on the tongue. Additionally, a vitamin B12 deficiency can lead to angular cheilitis, a condition characterized by inflammation and cracking of the corners of the lips. This manifestation can also be found in other deficiencies. So, it's crucial to be aware of these oral manifestations as they can provide essential clues for diagnosing and managing vitamin B12 deficiencies. Vitamin B12 plays a vital role in various bodily functions, particularly in DNA synthesis and the production of immature erythrocytes, also known as reticulocytes. These are basically immature red blood cells. Now, if we don't have enough vitamin B12, we end up with a deficiency, which can lead to reduced DNA synthesis and abnormal cell metabolism. The type of anemia that arises due to vitamin B12 deficiency is called macrocytic anemia. Macrocytic means that the red blood cells themselves are larger in size. This is in contrast to iron deficiency anemia, which is a microcytic anemia where the cells are smaller. As a result of this deficiency, we may experience signs and symptoms of anemia, such as fatigue, shortness of breath, exercise intolerance, and even arrhythmias. It's essential to be aware of these indicators. If you'd like to delve into more information about different types of anemia, feel free to explore my comprehensive lesson on this topic. Furthermore, I have an in-depth lesson on vitamin B12 absorption if you're curious to learn more. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this content helpful, please consider liking and subscribing for more lessons like this one. I truly appreciate your support. Until next time.